Becoming complete so love chases you. That's the transformation. And I know you scroll their profile at 2 a.m. wondering who they're with. I know you replay conversations analyzing what you said wrong. I know you feel less than. After studying Eastern philosophy and making 400 plus videos, I built a framework that ends this. Enshin, the complete heart. By the end, you'll know why you do this and how to become someone who doesn't need to. We'll travel together through 5 parts, starting with who programmed you to feel incomplete. Part 1, the chase diagnosis. You're chasing love and it keeps running. But here's what they don't want you to know. You've been programmed to chase. Think about every romantic movie you've ever seen. Guy chases girl. Guy proves his worth. Guy gets the girl. That's the script they sold you. Then they gave you Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, apps literally designed to make you chase. Swipe, message, hope, wait, repeat. The entire system is built to keep you hunting, never catching. And if you're not in a relationship, they make you feel incomplete. Every ad, every show, every couple's post, every cuffing season trend, every Valentine's Day, every wedding announcement flooding your feed. The message is clear. You need someone to be whole. You're less than if you're alone. It's all programming, and it's destroying you. Because here's what happens when you chase. You broadcast desperation. Every text you send too quickly, every time you change yourself to fit what they want, you're playing their game. You're showing your hand. You're revealing the hole inside you. And people run from need like it's poison. Look at your own behavior. You're checking if they viewed your story. You're crafting the perfect reply. You're waiting exactly 7 minutes to respond so you don't seem too eager. You're posting pictures hoping they'll notice. You're performing, and they feel it. Everyone feels it. But ancient Eastern philosophy, they never had this problem. No apps engineering behavior, no social media selling inadequacy, no corporations profiting from your loneliness. They built wisdom on a different foundation. And that's why it cuts through modern noise. Eastern sages understood something they want buried. A warrior who needed to win had already lost. Need creates weakness. When you fight from lack, you're already vulnerable. Your desperation shows. Your stance has openings. But fighting from completion, untouchable. No gaps to exploit. No need to manipulate. Even Marcus Aurelius wrote the same truth in Rome. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself. East and West, separated by thousands of miles, different cultures, different times. Yet the greatest minds all arrived at the same conclusion. Completion comes from within, not from chasing external validation. They want you chasing because chasing keeps you weak, keeps you consuming, scrolling, swiping, hoping, keeps you buying their solutions, keeps you dependent on their systems. But ancient wisdom teaches the opposite. Become so complete that nothing external can shake you. Build from within. You're not broken, you've been programmed. And the ancient sages already figured out how to deprogram yourself thousands of years ago. They had a word for this state, where you're so complete you don't need anything from anyone. In Japanese philosophy, they called it Enshin, the complete heart. So what does complete even mean? Part 2, the Enshin framework. Picture a circle. No breaks, no gaps, no missing pieces. That's what completion looks like. And here's what they don't want you to understand. When your circle is complete, you stop chasing. And the moment you stop chasing, everything starts coming to you. Most people are half circles, desperately searching for their other half. That's the programming. You complete me, my other half, my better half. Every romantic comedy, every love song, every relationship guru selling you the idea that you're incomplete without someone. It keeps you incomplete, keeps you chasing, keeps you needing. And when you believe you're half a circle, you act like it. You compromise too much. You tolerate disrespect. You change yourself to fit. You stay in situations that drain you because you think this is as good as it gets for someone incomplete like you. That's what they want. That's what keeps their system running. Eastern philosophy taught the opposite. A master swordsman didn't chase victory. He became so complete in his stance that victory had no choice but to come to him. Complete posture, no openings, no desperation. They called it mushin, no mind, no fear, no need. Just pure, unshakable presence. This wasn't mystical. This was practical. In combat, the incomplete fighter chases. He overextends trying to land the killing blow. He telegraphs his strikes because he needs the win so badly. He leaves himself exposed, and his opponent reads it, waits, and strikes the opening. He loses before the fight even begins. The complete fighter stands centered. Perfect stance, no gaps, no desperate need to win, and something strange happens. His opponent comes to him. They have to. The complete fighter controls the distance, the timing, the rhythm. The opponent walks right into his blade. Love works exactly the same way. The law of completion is simple. Wholeness attracts. Emptiness repels. When you're chasing, you're broadcasting emptiness. When you're complete, you become magnetic. People feel the difference at a visceral level. They can't explain it, but they know. This isn't just about love. This is about your entire life. When you're complete, opportunities find you. People want to be near you. Respect comes naturally. Doors open, not because you're chasing any of it, but because completion is rare, and rare things are valuable. Think about who you admire. It's never the person desperate for attention. It's the person so focused on their path, so solid in themselves, that their presence pulls you in. That's completion. That's the circle closed. You don't need another person to complete you. You need to complete yourself so the right person sees you and thinks, I want to be part of that life. But here's the problem. Right now, your circle has breaks, and you know exactly where they are. Part 3. The breaks in your circle. There are 3 specific breaks in your circle. I'm naming all 3. This is about to get uncomfortable. Break number 1. You're not doing what you know you should do. They programmed you to seek comfort, scroll instead of work, swipe instead of build, avoid the gym, the project, the hard conversation. Every action you avoid creates a crack in your circle, and you feel it every single day. That weight in your chest, that's the gap. Break number 2. You don't respect yourself. How can anyone respect you when you don't keep promises to yourself? You say you'll start Monday. You don't. You say you'll change. You don't. This destroys your inner confidence from the inside out. And here's the brutal truth. You can't fake this energy. People feel when you don't respect yourself. It leaks out of everything you do. Break number 3. You're hiding your real self. You change around people you're attracted to. You perform. You say what you think they want to hear. This comes directly from the first 2 breaks. When you're incomplete, you compensate with masks. And masks are exhausting. And let's be clear about something else. Don't become one of those people posting cringe content about earn me or know your worth king. That's just the same desperation with a different filter. That's still chasing validation, just louder. Here's what you need to hear. Maybe the last thing you should do right now is be in a relationship. Maybe you need to be with yourself for a while. Not because you're broken, but because you need to become someone worth dating. Someone who brings something to the table. Not someone desperate to be in a relationship just for the sake of not being alone. Think about 2 men. One has everything on paper, good job, good looks, but he's constantly chasing validation, checking his phone, needing approval. The other, focused on his craft, obsessed with mastery, barely notices who's watching. Guess which one becomes magnetic without trying? The difference. One had a complete circle. One had gaps. You can feel the breaks in your circle every time you look in the mirror. But now you see them clearly, and you can fix them. So how do you close the circle? It's simpler than you think, but harder than you want. Part 4, closing the circle. So how do you close the circle? I'm not giving you steps, I'm giving you principles, because they want you following steps, buying their programs, chasing their solutions, staying dependent. Principles make you independent. This is where most people quit. Don't be most people. Principle 1. Do the thing you're avoiding. One thing, the biggest one, the thing that sits heavy in your chest when you wake up. That's the break. Do it today, not Monday, not when you feel ready. Today. You know exactly what it is. The conversation you're avoiding, the work you keep pushing back, the gym session you've skipped for 3 weeks, that project gathering dust. Every single day you avoid it, the crack in your circle gets wider, and you feel it, that weight pressing down. That voice in your head whispering you're not enough. Every completed action closes part of the circle. Momentum builds wholeness. They want you stuck in planning, preparing, waiting for perfect conditions. Ancient wisdom says, begin now. The path appears by walking it. One action creates the next. But you have to take the first step today. Not later, now. Principle 2. Keep every promise to yourself. Treat yourself like someone you're responsible for. You tell yourself you'll do something, do it. Small promises kept build self-respect. Self-respect builds unshakable confidence. This is the foundation everything else stands on. You can't fake this. When you keep your word to yourself, your energy changes. People feel it. They don't know why, but they sense you're different, solid, trustworthy, worth respecting. That's why they push you toward breaking promises. Hit snooze, skip the gym, start Monday. Every broken promise keeps your circle cracked. Start small if you have to. Tell yourself you'll make your bed, then do it. Tell yourself you'll drink water first thing, then do it. Build the muscle of keeping your word, because every kept promise is proof to yourself that you're someone worth trusting. And when you trust yourself, everything changes. Principle 3, stop performing, start being. When you're complete, you don't need to impress anyone. Authenticity flows from wholeness. You stop rehearsing conversations. You stop changing yourself around people you're attracted to. You just are. And people feel the difference immediately. That's magnetic. Eastern masters understood this perfectly. Calligraphers didn't think about the stroke. They became the stroke. Complete focus, complete presence, complete self. The result? Perfect circles, perfect art, no hesitation, no performance. Just truth flowing through action. Your life works the same way. When you're complete, you stop performing love. You stop chasing validation. You stop pretending. You become so solid in who you are that your presence speaks louder than any words. The moment you close the circle, everything changes. Not just love, everything. Opportunities, respect, peace. It all starts flowing toward you instead of away from you. But what does that actually look like? What happens when you become complete? Part 5, the complete state. What changes when you become complete? Everything. You stop seeking external validation. You have internal approval now. You take care of yourself because you respect yourself, not because you're trying to impress someone. You're ambitious because you have energy to burn, not because you're running from emptiness. You do things because you want to, not because you need to prove something. And your presence? People feel it the moment you walk in. That's what they were terrified you'd discover. Here's what actually happens day to day. You wake up and look in the mirror without avoiding your own eyes. You make decisions without spiraling into doubt. You walk into rooms without scanning for approval. You speak without calculating how it lands. This isn't arrogance. This is wholeness. There's a massive difference. People start chasing completeness. They want to be near someone who's whole. It's magnetic. They can't explain it, but they're drawn to you. Love stops being something you hunt. It becomes something that finds you, because you're finally worth finding. Think about it. Who gets the opportunities? The guy desperate to prove himself, or the guy focused on his craft? Who gets respect? The person seeking approval, or the person who already approves of themselves? Who do people want to be around? Someone who needs them, or someone who's complete but chooses to share their life? Remember that guy desperately texting, checking social media, changing himself for approval? Now picture him 6 months later, circle closed, doing his work, keeping his promises, being himself without apology. Watch how people respond to him now. The shift is undeniable. He didn't change his tactics. He changed his state. Women notice him without him trying. Opportunities appear without him chasing. Respect comes naturally without him demanding it, not because he learned new tricks, but because he became someone worth noticing, worth choosing, worth respecting. This is the Enshin law in action. When your circle is complete, you don't chase love. You don't need to. You're living a life so full, so complete, that love sees you and thinks, I want to be part of that. You become the standard. You become the catch. This is what Enshin really means. Not perfection, completion. Close the brakes. Do the work. Keep your word. Be yourself. The circle closes, and everything you want starts coming to you instead of running from you. So here's your choice. Keep playing their game, chasing with a broken circle, staying incomplete, feeding their system, or close the circle and become someone love chases instead. Ancient wisdom figured this out thousands of years ago. Your turn. Stop chasing. Start becoming.